Hi everyone, this is Gliza made with Glee. In today's video, I am participating in the seasonal quarterly collaboration hosted by the very lovely Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner. And this collaboration is called the Winter Christmas Lantern Decor Collaboration. And as you guys all know, I am not ready to decorate for Christmas or winter. We are still in fall mode here in South Florida and still celebrating Thanksgiving. So my lanterns that are in my home decor, my regular lanterns, are all decorated for the fall, and I'm leaving them that way. So for this particular challenge, I had to think outside of the box a little bit. And I'm using just some decor that I recently picked up from the Dollar Tree. And I had these frames, I bought them last year to make a lantern, never got around to them. But I decided why not show you guys how I make a lantern and decorate it for this collaboration. So in order to make a lantern, and this is using Dollar Tree frames, these are I believe the 5x7 frames. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe these are 5x7s. I'm removing the glass and the backing and pulling out the little prongs that hold the glass and back in place. And now you're going to use any glue of your choice. I've done this before with E6000. I've done it with Gorilla Glue. And this time I'm trying out some crazy glue just to see if there's any difference between the three sets of glue. Sometimes the glass can fall out, so do be careful with that, but so far so good with the crazy glue. It is held up, and of course you can use hot glue, but the hot glue will tend to leave a little it's raised, so you really need something that sticks glass. And again, that's why I recommend either the crazy glue, the Gorilla Glue, or E6000 that says made specifically for that. So once we've glued our glass into the inside of the frames and that's nice and secure and your glue is dry, we are now going to assemble our lantern. And to do that, and here, by the way, I have 6 of these frames all together. To make the basis of the lantern, you only need 4, but to make the lantern the way I'm going to do it, you're going to need 6 of them. So once I've decided, lined up and everything, I put some crazy glue down, but that takes a little while to set up. So now I'm going back in with some hot glue so I can have some instant grip while everything still sets up. So here we're lying one frame flat on the surface and we're butting up the other one to the side. And now this is kind of like alternating. On the other side, it's how do I explain this? So it's butted up on the bottom on the base, and now you'll see, I'll turn it around and I will align it where it overlaps. So we're kind of just overlapping all of these frames on the side. It makes it a lot more sturdier this way. See what I mean here? So the one frame goes into the side of the other, and the other frame comes on the outside of the other frame. So yeah, did I explain that correctly? I'm overlapping each of them. So that's basically all you need to remember to do, is to overlap your sides so you have a much sturdier lantern. If you were to just glue the sides together, it is not as sturdy and it could fall apart. But here, as you can see, one side just kind of fits into the other when you overlap them. And as long as you're using all the same size frame, you'll have no problem doing this. So that's how I go ahead and I attach my 4 sides. And now I just have one piece to go ahead and connect, and that is the bottom. And I'm just, again, adding both crazy glue and hot glue, so that way, it has some instant stick, and also it will eventually get stuck a lot more permanently with the crazy glue once that sets up and dries. So that's the basis of creating the frame of the lantern. Now, in order to create the top of the lantern, this is going to be a little bit more difficult, and I am going to warn you to be very careful when you're pulling apart these dollar store frames. They're very, very easy to break, but we can fudge a little bit and it doesn't have to be perfect. So here again, I'm taking out the glass and the backing. We don't need that. And pulling out the prongs on both of my frames. And this is where you're going to decide whether you want a tall lantern or a short lantern. So we're going to separate the corners, and you'll have 4 long pieces and 4 short pieces. And you can decide whether you want now your top to be short by using the 4 short pieces, or if you want the top to be long by using the 4 long pieces. I decided I wanted to go with the longer, taller lantern, so I am using the 4 longer sides of the frames. See, I just wanted you to see there's 2 different sizes, the short or the long, and you pick one. You can't do both. So either decide if you want to do a taller or shorter. And once you do that, now we're just going to hot glue on the 4 corners. And again, this why I recommend the hot glue. It's a little bit easier to get it to stand together faster. So just make sure all of the sides face the same direction. You'll notice when you do this, you have the wider side of your frame side, and then you have the smaller side. So just make sure that on the front or wherever you're having one direction, have them all face the same way. So here I'm just using the hot glue, and then I'm gonna prop it up. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the top just to hold it in place while I'm setting up the others. But you really don't need the glue in the very top as of yet. That's the last part that we'll do, because we want to make sure that we have all 4 sides stuck on and aligned properly before we secure the top together. So it's fairly simple to go ahead and glue in all 4 sides and just kind of balance them out and make sure you're gonna have to hold and play, and that's why I recommend letting each side kind of set up a little bit before you move it. You'll still have a little play with the hot glue to move it around if you need to. And that's it for the basis of our lantern. Now you're gonna say, Glisa, what's going on with the top? It's just like a bunch of wood sticking up in the top and it's open and it looks awful. Well, we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the top to secure the 4 connections where they meet, and then this is where you get creative. I'm going to be using one of these small ornaments from the Dollar Tree that I have left over from previous craft projects as my topper, but you can use a wooden dowel, you can use anything else you'd like on the top. But there I'm going to grab an ornament, and I'm just taking off the little hanging portion, the little cap, and I'm just going to put hot glue all the way around and stick that right on top. And there I have a finial for my lantern. And see, it hides that completely. Now you can leave this exactly the way it is and put it on a base, or you can go all out and add some bling decoration, ribbons. You could have painted the frames. I mean, there's so many options that you guys can do with this particular lantern method. But here I'm using some of that diamond glitter strips from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to do the entire thing, but I used some of this stuff for some Diwali DIY, so I only had enough to do one side of my lantern. But the next trip to the Dollar Tree, I will be picking up some more so I can finish this completely. But this is just, again, to give you guys the idea if you wanted to make it something a little bit more bling, or you wanted to keep it black, or again, it all really depends on the frames that you choose to use. Maybe use some gold frames that don't need anything at all. Completely up to you. So I just went ahead and added these diamond strips on the 4 top the arches part of the lantern, and then I had 2 pieces left over, so on just one side I added that to the top and the bottom, and that's it. Now you guys can decorate this completely up to you. I definitely recommend putting some sort of bow topper to hide our connections on the top, and of course ribbon and greenery will hide any connections that you may have on the sides. And when you're doing this, of course, be careful with the hot glue. It tends to puddle sometimes and leak, so wipe it up as soon as you can so that you don't have any, protruding globs of glue sticking out of your connections. And again, that's it. I think this turned out great. I hope you make a lantern yourself. It costs $6. You'll need 6 of the same size frame from the Dollar Tree. And here I'm just showing you guys how you can style it with some Dollar Tree decor. Again, I have not pulled out my Christmas stuff, so I'm just using things that I picked up this year from the Dollar Tree. My last 2, I've only been to the Dollar Tree twice. So far. And then here I'm just grabbing some ribbon from my stash to create a bow, a funky bow of sorts. I'm using just 3 ribbons, the burlap, the checker, the black plaid buffalo check, and some red to create the topper. And of course you can add a floral sprig, pine cones, greenery, whatever you'd like on the top or inside to coordinate your entire look. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Kenya from Kenya's Decor Corner, for the fun collaboration. You'll have to come back later on in the season to see how I decorate the rest of my lanterns, but I will be linking Kenya's channel as well as the playlist so you can see everyone who's already done their Christmas decorating, how they went about it. And that's it, you guys. Again, thank you for watching. Please do hit that like button and that subscribe button, and I will see you in another video soon. Hope you make a lantern for yourself if you don't already have one. Have a great day. Bye!